Well, greetings and hello there, everyone. It's me, your beloved and loved Star Wars dad, NOOCH2GUD, and holy update, Batman. There is, this is really unbelievable. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this here today. It's good to see everybody this morning. I had a lot of folks on this morning to talk about the craziest, biggest, massive, unbelievable. This is the most gigantic update in the history of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and I don't even think it's real close, and there have been some big updates over time. I mean, you had the nerf of 2020, you had episode, last year about this time we had episode passes, you had Lightspeed bundles come out, but that wasn't really a game update. I mean, we've got changes to how characters are released, we got changes to Relic Economy, we got Relic 10, we got a new game mode, which impacts how characters are released. We've got, what else we got? We have Relic Delta. I mean, holy, everything's in there. So we're going to spend some time. We're going to be on here for, I think, several hours, just hanging out, talking. But we're not going to go through this quick. We're going to take our time, digest everything. I mean, when Arnold makes an hour-long video, that's just a news update. That's something we've never seen. Dirk, and, thank you, sir.
Let's go. Awesome-looking update, in my opinion.
It seems awesome. What I tried to do last night. I want to zoom out a little bit. I don't want to, and we will, I'll have to flip this back and forth for the pictures. Hold on. You guys know I like to keep everything in black here just because otherwise it's shiny on my face. Here's my face. So, can I not keep that up? Anyway, we're going to take some time and we want to look over this, and I think that I think they're going to get a lot of people. By the way, it's not May Osha in that splash screen, bro. By the way, Rey still doesn't look like Rey. I don't think it's just this game. Hang on a second. Let me get this image up here. Rey still doesn't. She looks like a beautiful woman, but that doesn't look like Daisy Ridley. This does look like Mark Hamill, 50 years ago. Let me see. Let's see how far I can zoom on this. That looks like random beautiful AI girl. It doesn't look like Daisy Ridley. I don't know the problem, and I've seen this. I've kind of been paying attention. I think that art and girls. Maybe this is why the Mona Lisa is the greatest work of art ever. I don't know. They just can't get women right. What's up, Slender Shade and Wilsh? How you doing over there on the Shorts feed? So, I mean, am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong. Mando is also different? What do you mean? I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem. Only problem I see is they just can't get Daisy Ridley's face right no matter how many times they try. The closest they got was Darkseid Rey. This is as close as they've gotten to Daisy Ridley's face. These other Reys, I mean, just super, she's just got giant cheeks. She's like a chipmunk. That's close. I don't know. I don't know the problem. I'm not an expert here. I'm not an expert here, so don't ask me to be an expert. By the way, I did my Galactic Challenge with 4 times rewards. Maybe. My 4 times rewards Galactic Challenge right here. I did it. I've only got a 4-star Zuckus. Holy cow. It took me... It to it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times into my reward path, plus at least 3 of these. That's crazy. I'm a huge fan of that. Let's do that once an episode, huh? Once an arrow, once a whatever we're doing here. Yeah, I would love to see that. That makes my life easy at the top, and that also rewards people, I guess, who have the stuff. But yeah, that was gigantor, man. Ooh, I got my energy here. We're gonna spend it. We're gonna do this update here, guys. I just got energy, so I'm gonna spend it. So anyway, guys, this update is insane. This update is insane. There's a chart on the Ray plays. Do not spam chat with the same comment. I do read comments. If you want to check your mod score, there's a link in the pinned message to my FAQ. I promise you in the FAQ, you may or may not see a chart with average mod scores. Believe it or not, when you actually write something down and publish it, it's better than like my brain. Yeah. If you keep spamming, I'm just going to boot you. All right? You're making everybody crazy a little bit. The new mall looks awesome. We're going to look at this here, guys. I just got my dailies loaded up here, so I'm going to do these. No more Herodium heat sinks, right, for Relic 9. That's nice. I'm not complaining. All right. Let's get this news update up. Okay, so here we go. Title update. By the way, we were way overdue for a title update. I mean, we haven't had a title update in 5 years, 4 years, something like that. It's since Lord Vader and Jedi Master Kenobi came out. Oxlane is thinking about coming back. How about them apples? You don't see that every day. By the way, we got quite a few folks on right now. If you are lurking, if you are like driving to work, you're hanging out, you're on the subway, you're at work, you're working, you just got me in the earbuds, drop an L in chat. Let me know that you're lurking. We'll probably have a lot of work lurking here on a Wednesday morning. Let's hear from everybody, all the lurkers out there, so I can shout you out on the stream today. There will never be a sandbox mode in this game, Slender Shade. I don't think it's gonna happen. Hey, Eggstar. Okay. I don't know that this was AI generated. Honestly, they've been making this kind of art for this game for the perpetuity. So I think this is probably done by their normal slate of artists. It is a fine piece of art, and it's just they just can't get women's faces right. Remember, Padme's face on her marquee announcement was so awful. It looked like she'd been smoking for like 20 years. She looked like Mila Kunis. Is that her name? Mila Kunis? Yeah, right? Trader Todd's Caston and North Mountain are lurking or not lurking over on Twitch. Over on the YouTubes this morning, we've got a lot of people interested in talking about this today. Tackiest Dread. Oh, what'd you do there? I don't have FAQ. Hey, buddy. Nooch Jr.'s off to school, everybody. Late start today. Yeah. See you, bud. Love you.
Love you.
Have a good day.
I'm off to high school.
Can you shut my door and the basement door so your mom doesn't have to listen to me? Please? Thank you. Let's make this dark here. Okay. Lurking, sorry. Tackiest Dread, Darth Grugu, Lord of Pain, Nidix, CM Stens, Heroes Knight, Cyberblock, Tastus, Kilgore, Aaron Pastor, Dirk Enda, Nisavid, Inspector IP, Platinalki, Pietrick, Sage of Six Paths, Dan Mazzina, Thomas, Revenstruck, Up Down Scoot, Durzo. What's up, Durzo? We've got High Council in the house. Let's see, Jesters, Fate, Kale, Shrekaholic, Twinkie God, Smurfendorf Plays, Platino, stop it, Bure, Kevin Brown, Alex Caladan, Joe, Trey Duncan, Ubaj, Brian O'Connor, Sphered Rhyme, PBI Gaming, Gabo, Orange Power 98, Kai Owaza, 478. Let's see who else is lurking here. Pascal Feniga. There's our Masters members checking in. Our Masters members on the stream today. Pascal Feniga. Micah, Peter Cooper, Blair M, Gillazer Million, Alex, welcome to Nooch 2 Nights. Welcome to the Nights 5-minute review, my friend. We'll get your review down the road this month. Eric Trussell, Robert Rich, another Masters member, Dustin Wittenberg, Brian O'Connor. I think we got everybody. Northern Charm. We got some more folks. Crazy Dude, Dung Beetle. Over on Twitch, we got a spam message. I'm deleting. All right. Okay. So, yeah, I would love to see them update this. We got the colors reversed, so but I would love to see them update this, like, every time we get, I was serious, I made the video yesterday, I'm like, that video they made was complete fire. I mean, let's see if you can watch that. The 10-year anniversary video was awesome. I'm getting that link right now. $32 months.
Time flies when you're watching Mooch.
That's awesome. The opening sequence of the Coliseum is awesome, and then we get Chewbacca and Yoda here, right? Do we have any other Easter eggs I didn't see here? Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. Let's watch all these scenes. Okay, nothing crazy here. That's like, oh, well, it's Jedi Knight Luke there. Okay.
It would seem I need to bow in your presence, Ethan.
32
Here's
months
to
for
more fun
Ethan,
on the
and
road to
Oxlane here's
50.
for 29 months. Thanks for keeping your membership, even though you're not playing the game, Oxlane. I don't know what to say about that. I appreciate you. Okay, that's Commander Ahsoka. Any surprises there? Nope, that's the whole team. Mob Enforcer and Gammo there. Hold on, I turned the sound down here. Has the sound been down this whole time? Or did I turn it down for that? I think I did. Okay, Millennium Falcon. Naboo Starfighters, but that was part of the Naboo raid, so I don't know. I'd love seeing Naboo Starfighters. Those are all just Tuskens down there with Beskar Mando. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that team? Anything interesting there? Nope, that's just people on that. Those are just Jedi Vanguard. There's Rey. There's okay, that's it right there. So Chewie and Yoda. You got to think this is gonna be like a Panic Monk has been a member for 13 months.
A lot of stuffs are coming. I am curious.
Was it too loud? I tried to lower the sound. Sorry about that. I turned the sound up again because the messages are, it's reading messages. Sorry. This has got to be a Wookiee lifter, right? Like a Wookiee leader, because the Wookiees, like when Tarful came out, everybody thought they were awesome, and then it's like, now they're not awesome, and nobody uses it. So it's got to be something for Wookiees. Beskar Mando. Bat Boy. Hold on. I didn't see that yesterday. Well, there's all of...
Can't believe it's been 30 months. That's wild how fast it went.
I love you guys. Everybody's throwing them out there this morning. Good. Thank you, everybody. So those are all of Chewbacca or Choda. Is that what we call him? Choda. Pretty cool scene there. This is pretty cool. That's cool. I don't care if you are. That's cool right there. That's the best trailer cinematics
Download now.
they've ever released. And I don't think it's close, honestly. I don't think it's close. Let's make sure there's nothing, no like Easter eggs up here or something. I don't see anything. That was a weird Bo-Katan Mandalore team, though. All right. Yeah. You just see my viewing habits. Okay, we got the music back up, right? Let me get the volume back up here. All right, I gotta spend this energy here. It's burning a hole in my pocket. You don't think Choda's the right way to go? Chewbacca? You don't think Choda is the right way to go? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'll bet Scribe calls him Choda. I don't know what else you would call him. If you click on the monitor in the cantina, it zooms in on the Sith band. Where's the monitor in the cantina? No, it doesn't. Yeah, all right, next. Let me spend this energy here. Oh, I know where I've been spending this energy. I've been stocking up. Is all my hoarding going to be worth it at the end of the day? It doesn't look like there's any major updates that are going to, you know, change the entire way we do the game. But a little hoarding never hurt nobody. I'll have something to say about that later this week. I did not know that. There's nothing happening. That's Sly Snoodles. Max Rebo and the Sly Snoodles? Nice. I didn't know that. I promise we're getting to this, guys. I'm hoping to do more of these morning hangout type of things, and I just have to do my stuff in the morning, right? My stuff's popping up. I got to do it. Okay. Update. Let's do this. Enough. Did I close that? Oh my gosh. I closed my screen. All right, here we go. All right. 10 years, a decade. Thank you for breaking that down for us, Meathead. It's difficult to believe it's been this long since we first invited you to pull up a seat at the holo table and begin your journey in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. It is hard to believe it's been that long. I've been playing this game since basically launch. My kids started playing at launch because we were going to see... I remember we were going to see Force Awakens and the game came out and the kids downloaded it and they got Poe for free and they were playing with Scavenger Ray. And then I downloaded it like a month later. I think I downloaded it in like late December. And then I started... And then I played for a few weeks. I'm like, I don't like the way I started. I'm going to redo this. And I started a new account in January of 2016. And that was the account I carried for like 6 years and 6 to 7 years. And that account is still actually managed. And it actually hangs out in my guild, managed by other folks. So that's the account I've had since that time. Let's see here. Did anybody else's stream crash? Refresh the screen, Nitix. Nothing's crashed on my end. Together, we've achieved numerous milestones, assembled legendary squads, and watched as this incredible community has grown and flourished. Thank you for being the heart and soul of Galaxy Heroes. To properly honor this momentous 10-year anniversary and set the stage for the next exciting era of the game, we're thrilled to announce a foundational overhaul in the biggest update we've ever made. That is not hyperbole. That is not hyperbole. That is absolutely true. Make this bigger here. That is absolutely true. They are completely overhauling the way the game works. And you know, when you've been around for 10 years, and in that 10 years time, games have changed, mobile games have changed, Star Wars has kind of changed. You know, it is time to change the way things work. We're bringing sweeping changes to the structure of the game designed to revitalize the core experience, enhance progression, and introduce new ways to play. There's a lot of information below. Grab a beverage. I've noticed something about myself just in the last couple of days, believe it or not. I'm an old man, but I just noticed it recently that if I ingest caffeine, like first thing, I'm a little less focused. So I'm going to start my mornings with water and then save the caffeine for later in the day when maybe I need a little bit of a boost. Because I've been starting my day with tea for, I don't know, a long time. Decades? And maybe not decades. Maybe it's only been... Because what I used to do was I would drive to work and get a tea on the way to work, but I don't drive to work anymore, and I haven't driven to work since 2020. So maybe since 2020, I've been ingesting tea like the moment I get out of the shower. It needs to stop a little bit. Dank has been bored with the game, so welcome aboard. Eras. Last year, we released episodes, and with them, we mentioned this concept called eras. These are Galaxy Heroes' new seasonal structure. That was about a year ago. The guiding principles for seasonality can be found at the end of this document. Each standard era will consist of 3 episodes per era, 6 marquee units, a journey guide event and associated unit. Hold on, I want to find the old eras. This is the old one. Where's the graphic? Come on, there we go. Okay, there was an era, and there were 6 marquees, so it's the same thing. The graphic is better. Look at this. You know, come on, meathead. I mean, you know. Anyway, all right. 3 episodes per era, 6 marquee units, same thing. A journey guide event and associated unit, which they abandoned that with the Bad Batch earlier this year. I'll be curious to see if they can keep that going. Weekly episode quests. That's new, right? Right? Era challenges to test your marquee squads. That's going to be new. And multiple pieces of content for all players to enjoy. So, Chapter 1, Week 1 marquee. So, like right now, we just have this schedule where it's marquee releases 2 weeks. Marquee, and the marquee event runs for a week, and then the second week, nothing. Then next week, marquee event, which runs for a week, and then nothing. That's how we do it right now. Now it's going to be marquee for a week, era challenge for a week, marquee for a week, era challenge for a week, and then journey guide back here. Periodically, we'll have non-standard eras that may only last 1 episode. Right. Or they may not have a journey guide event. Well, yeah, that, of course. I mean, you just can't. Stuff happens. Things change. You adjust as you go. You know, and they got to say this because the only reason I have to say this is because of the internet. Because somebody will jump on there and be like, you said you were going to do this, and now you're doing this. You lie. It's like, get a life, man. But those people exist. It's hard to believe those people exist, but they exist. As part of these changes, we are also expanding the availability of episode quests, the episode track, and the episode pass to all players starting at level 10 instead of level 85. That's small. It takes about 2 weeks to get from level 10 to level 85. So, okay. Just opens up the episode track. And level 10 you reach within like 5 minutes of starting the game. If you haven't, then you're doing something wrong. By the way, we will be starting a new account in January. Kind of want to see how all this comes together, along with testing some other stuff. So, players will get a different set of episode quests in each episode, depending on their level when the episode starts. Players who are below level 85 will receive a standard set of introductory episode quests. Players at level 85 will receive the bespoke. Bespoke, made for a particular customer or user. Thank you. Players at level 85 will receive the bespoke set of episode quests for that. Well, so will these guys. Everybody's getting bespoke quests made for a particular customer or user. They're getting bespoke quests. Just saying. Additionally, the character quests will become available for all players at level 20, which is the same level that unlocks marquee events. Let's flip the script here. Really cool graphic. Why was I able to get past this earlier and now it's back? This was gone a minute ago and now it's here again. Wasn't it? I swear it was. Yeah, that was not in the do I need... If I zoom in more... Anybody know how to get rid of this? It was gone a minute ago. For real. I don't know. Okay, so a new era has begun. Era of anniversary. So the anniversary is Stormtrooper Luke, IG-90. I don't know who IG-90 is. Yoda and Chewie, Asajj Ventress. People wanted this. Actually, that's not Pirate Asajj, is it? That people wanted, or Scoundrel Asajj. Inquisitor Barriss and Darth Vader Duel's End. It looks better when you pull it up this way. So that looks fun. And then that's all leading to Spider Maul. So, a big fan of this first era. I'm a big fan of this. I like this. Now, the cool thing is, I think all these are going to be lifters. I think these will all be lifters that plug into... I mean, this is not a team. You're not going to have a Spider Maul put together with these characters. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think. Who's IG90? Let's look it up. Oh, Wikipedia stressed me out. Works as bounty hunter. Galactic Warrior worked with the Trandoshan bounty. So you worked with Boss, who was hired by Dr. Afra. Okay, so from Dr. Afra. Got it. Got it. Okay, let's flip back to black screen again here. Well, that's something else that's a benefit of toggling to the opposite. I get rid of the stupid banner. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We just learned something new. IG90 is the tank for Afra. Spider Maul for the Acolyte team. Maybe. Oh, they mentioned that later in the post. Okay. I did read through the post. I didn't like detailed. I wanted to save all my detailed reading for today. I didn't watch on anybody else's videos. I wanted to make sure I was coming in fresh. Era isolates. Eras will be isolated from the rest of the game, which we're referring to as legacy content. During the era in which each Marquee and Journey Guide unit is released, both the Journey Guide and Marquee units will be considered an era unit. When an era ends, all of the current era units will become legacy units. When the next era begins, the newest Marquee and Journey Guide units released during this new era will be considered era units for its duration. Okay. All right. So we're basically taking new character releases for the 3 months, and they're going to sit in their own area of the game, or I think it's game mode, right? And they're going to be in the Coliseum, basically, right? But they're going to be isolated where you can't... So can you only use them in this game mode? Flip it back here. That's really annoying. That's annoying. Okay, so here we got the picture of it. Era of Anniversary. Total era level is at 4. Next reward at total era level 90 is going to be the you know, healer gun thingy. Era unit. Okay, so there's the menu. Character squad ships, and there's era units at the top. So they're actually not going to be available. Like, so assuming Stormtrooper Luke is the first era unit that gets released in 2 weeks on the 18th, right? The 18th is the day this is all happening, I think they said. Yeah. That he will not be available for use in the game until the era is over, right? Yeah, we're good, Softy. Again, I wanted all this to be fresh, so I didn't read everything last night. A lot of characters everybody's been asking for, by the way. Stormtrooper Luke. Nobody asked for Yoda and Chewie, but that looks cool. Asajj Ventress, you know, with hair, good. Inquisitor Barriss, a lot of folks asking for that. Darth Vader, dual in there, and then Spider. Yeah, a lot of characters people want. Okay, let's toggle this again. All right. This is an important distinction for a few reasons. Era units can only be used in era modes and will not be allowed in legacy modes. There's the answer. Era units only use era resources for progression, while legacy units will continue to use existing materials and recipes for upgrades. So that means that this is an entire... How payable? I think it's going to be... I will find out. There's going to be some pay... There's going to be paywall built in. There's no question. No question. All right, so... Legacy units cannot be used in era modes or be upgraded with era materials. So basically, you have this entire, like, game mode so here's the game, and here's era. Here's the era units, or the era game mode. So in the era game mode, all the characters are released over the course of 3 months, basically. And you can only update them with resources available in the era itself. I think I saw that you're going to go up levels, like from level 0 to level 95 or whatever, and that's how it works. And then once the era is over and the journey is over, maybe not the journey, I don't know, then all those characters are released to the game as legacy characters, and we begin a new era. That's completely different. That is turning the game on its head. Absolutely. By the way, Red Dragon God has joined the stream. We thank you to all of our High Council members, all of our Mod Squad members, which Red Dragon is a member of the Mod Squad. Thank you for all the support you guys give to our channel on a weekly and monthly basis. You are what keeps this channel going here. NOOCH2GUD Studios would not exist without all of our members here, at least in the form it exists today. It's like an incubator for new marquees, and where they're grown up. I like that. That's a good way to put it, Heroes. That's a good way to put it. Do you think that, Oxlane, are you saying that based on what they said that you're going to get them all at G12? The mention of... Okay, yeah, I saw that they do mention what everything's going to count for, so we'll see. This isolation is primary to allow players to progress in both the latest content and grow their rosters with legacy content without having to choose where to put their resources. But a more detailed explanation of why this distinction and isolation is important can be found at the bottom of this update. Okay, they keep saying that. They keep saying that. Look at the bottom. So, basically, everybody gets to play with the new content. Basically, everybody gets to play with the new content. Right? Like, for example... I am not going to be playing with Forlam and Zuckus for quite some time. I will not be using them in any game modes, unless like they're required for Galactic Challenge. I just will not be using Forlam and Zuckus. They're at 4 stars. They're only at 4 stars because I have them in the episode pass. Otherwise, they'd be at 3. But now what will happen is, when Forlam and Zuckus release, you can play with them in the era itself, in the era game mode. And then when they release out of the era, whatever level you've got them at, boom, you have them at that in the game. No more whales buying new tunes and putting them straight into the app. Well, there'll be some of that. Like when you look at the cadence here. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. Well, these characters are releasing toward the end. And then I guess we're playing the journey here at the end as well. So these will be newer characters at the end. And I'm sure there's going to be a whale component to it where you can whale and get them at higher levels. So I'm sure that's true. But yeah, like Stormtrooper Luke will not be showing up in Grand Arena for a few months. Era Journey Guide will work... Oh, now we're going to get the explanation. Era Journey Guide will work a little differently than normal Journey Guide events. The Era Journey events will start in week 9 of the era. 2, 4, 6. Okay, well, so we saw the graphic, right? We saw the graphic. It's going to start in week 9 of the era. Which is when the 5th era marquee is released. Era Journey Guide units will be available at 4 stars to allow players to use them early during the era. Excuse me. This era journey guide will be structured as like even earlier than the journey, or at this stage. This era journey guide will be structured as follows. Tier 1 requires the first 5 era marquees at 4. At era, I think this is just. I will offer my services once again to Meathead and the entire crew, Capital Games, as a proofreader. Is there nobody that works at Capital Games that could do grammar? I'm serious, guys. Come on. I love you guys. Meathead, you're great, but come on. Every time. It's like watching the news and they run the scroll at the bottom and they misspell Trump or something. Come on. All right. Tier 1 requires the first 5 era marquees at era level 45 and will unlock the journey guide unit at 4 stars, I assume. Okay, so it's supposed to be 4 stars. Well, it's not my fault. Actually, it's a better sentence if you just say Tier 1 requires first era 5 marquees at era level 45 and will unlock the journey guide unit at 4 stars, which still isn't there. It's still wrong. It's still wrong. Okay. The 5 era journey guide unit, the 5-star, this is, you call me a grammar Nazi, I hate this stuff. I hate it. It bothers me. You have no idea. You have no idea. I don't understand why there's not someone that works at Capital Games. Can we not hire a can you not get a, can you not, my sister-in-law has done proofreading for professional writers. Can I hook you up? Couple $100 for a big announcement like this? She'll go through, proofread the whole thing. It'll be clean. Although she won't really know what we're talking about, so that might be hard. But anyway, I'll do it for a couple $100. I might do it for cheaper. I don't know. It is a big deal, Robert Rich. These sentences make no sense. These sentences make no sense. I had no idea what this meant. All right. The 5-star era journey guide unit will require 5 marquee units at 5 stars. The 6 and see, now you have to get down to here to try to figure out what this meant. The 6-star and 7-star versions of the journey guide will become available when the 6th marquee releases and will require all 6 marquees at 6 stars and 7 stars respectively. Okay. A significant amount of time after the era, the journey guide will become a legacy event, but it will have different requirements as the marquees will no longer be era unit. A significant amount of time after the era. So get it now, FOMO boys and girls. If you want Spider Leg Mall, you better do it during the era or have a nice day. Era levels. To support our design pillars, we're introducing a new progression system for era units. This system uses new resources instead of legacy gear or relic materials, allowing all players to simultaneously continue their existing farms and chases while building up and playing with the new units. Okay, so we gotta deal with this stupid bar now. Stormtrooper Luke, level. I don't understand why everybody doesn't hate bad grammar. I really don't. I don't understand why anybody would settle for crap grammar at any point of your life. It's not that hard. You're settling. You're settling. This is not a Reddit post. This is not a text. This is not, this is a legal document. I don't know why anybody would settle for bad grammar from a professional organization. I hate it all, 9. Just because you can comprehend it doesn't mean it's okay. All right, Stormtrooper Luke, light side. Ooh, we got the trench run there. Nice. 1842. That's gonna be our currency, I guess. Level 4, 3 stars. Level 4. Level 5, he gets his ability upgrades. Level up is 1,500 points, and there we got the points up here. Okay, so we're going to be earning points through the era, like this, and we use those points to level up to the next level, level 5, where we get ability upgrade, stat upgrade, etc. Okay. You don't respect English. What does that mean? What does that mean, Tannis? What do you I wasn't aware. What? That's weird. I don't know what that means. King of Britons is on board. By the way, I just see King of Britons there. I'm on board with King of Britons. We're on the same page. We're going to be... King of Britons and I will be the cranky old men in chat. You're invincible to me? Why? What'd you do, Oyster? All right, era levels are a linear progression path. Right there, linear. See? That unlocks stats or abilities at each level. Unit stars is another way to power up your era units and are required to upgrade eras beyond certain levels. Right. 4 stars required for level 66, 5 stars for 76, 6 stars for 86, 7 stars for level 91. This is going to be the paywall. I predict. There could be some paywall required for the currency, maybe. I predict that this is the paywall. $30 for 4 stars, $40 for 5 stars, $50 for 6 stars, $60, whatever, something like that. CG are computer people and rely on autocorrect. Texting culture has a big impact. Okay, hire somebody. I refuse to believe that just because the entire community at Capital Games is a coding, based community that they can't do basic grammar. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe nobody in there can proofread. Impossible. There's no way he did this alone. There's no way. Nah, this was reviewed and approved by EA at some point. All right. Players need a variety of era materials to upgrade a unit's era level. Okay, well, I was wrong about the one thing then. These can be earned from participating in the era through Coliseum, era marquee events, era journey events, and episode track milestones or purchase from the store. When era units become legacy units at the end of an era, their era level will convert into the character level. Character level, gear, tier, relic level, and ability level associated with that era level. Okay, so wherever they are here, it's going to associate with some, like, if you're at 6 stars, level 86, that's going to equate to 6 stars, gear 11, something like that, level 85. Any era materials and era currencies will be converted to legacy materials at the end of an era. Okay. So whatever you earn during the era will convert to, regular gear we've been using for 10 years. The specifics of this new economy are still being finalized, but here are some examples of how your era units will be converted over. Era level 65 would be level 85, gear 12, base abilities, level 7. This is where we expect most players to reach with free-to-play. Now that's... doesn't tell me the star level, does it? So... gear levels 1 through 11 are gone for every new character released as of November 18th. Gone. As long as you play all the way through and, I assume you have to be active. If you're not active, that's not their problem. So you're going to get these characters at level 85 and gear... Man, we're gonna be saving... we're going to... You know how many credits we're going to have? Holy crap. I might be buying mods at some point. A lot more mods. Okay. Does it say 4 stars? Does it say that later? Era level 80 will be level 85, relic 2, ability level 7, and era level 95, max era. The max you can get would be max level 85, relic 6, max level, ability level 8. So Zeta ability's done. Era level information. End of era power conversion. Level 27 is gear level 6. Level 29 is gear level 7. Okay, got it. I assume there'd be more information about the star levels later. So, if you're lower than era level 65, it'll be still... Yeah, like it just said. Yep. Now let's look at the first round of changes coming to the game in support of eras, followed by what players can look forward to next year. Coliseum. This might be a little annoying. We have to keep toggling, but I get a better view when I toggle it. The only problem with the toggling color is the picture. but I get a better view of the whole screen and the words. So there's the Coliseum. That looks like a Coliseum. I mean, it looks like a Coliseum you would expect to see in Star Wars. There's the banners hanging up. There is, what is this, guys? What is this? Darth Vader's hurting. Well, dual end Darth Vader. These are base levels. Look at these 2 health bars. What's this called? Somebody? I think it'll tell me later. If somebody tells me now, I can look it up. Coliseum is a new game mode.
For the good of the community.
Mythic! Donating for people to get roster reviews. Thank you, Mythic. As always, you are generous beyond compare. Thank you, Mythic. There are extensions that convert your webpage to dark mode. It might be better for images and flipping the color. That's what I have. I have an extension that does that. That's what I'm doing. If you find one, if anybody knows one that doesn't...
celebrating 2 years of NOOCH2GUD.
Thank you, Mythic. Thank you, Mythic. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I've got a plugin that converts the page. Let me know if that's what, I mean, I don't know. Tell me if there's a better one for me. I'll be interested. For free. I'm not paying for it. North Mountain agrees with the grammar. I mean, come on. There should be no bad grammar announcements, period. Okay, it does look like the stands from the pod races of Tatooine. Absolutely, which makes sense. That would be like a Coliseum, you know? Just take it and make a circle out of it. Coliseum is a new game mode, the first era mode to be added to Galaxy of Heroes. Unlocking a player at level 10. This game mode pits in, I don't think that really means anything. Pits individual, because you're at unlocking at player level 10. Sorry, I was thinking character level 10. Thanks, Ethan. This game mode pits individual players against formidable foes from the Star Wars universe. Bosses will rotate daily. Anybody tell me what that's? It's a Jotaz. It is. You're right. That is from Fallen Order. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that is from Fallen Order. Good call. Nice. Thank you. I forgot about that. Bosses will rotate daily with players attempting to achieve new high scores every day. With players attempting to achieve new high scores... I just read that. These high scores will earn... little senior moment. These high scores will earn rewards in 2 ways. One-time rewards for reaching certain score milestones that reset each era. So if you get 10,000 points, you get, I don't know, a Carbanti, whatever. That's not what it's going to be, but I get it, but you know. And daily leaderboard rewards, competing against each other, competing against other players' high score. Now, that's pretty good grammar. Good job. See, you could do it. Competing against other players' high scores for the day. Oh. We have never had a game mode. I think early on they did one and scrapped it. It was just kind of a goofy. We've never had like a play this game mode all day game mode and finish at the top and get the max rewards. Is that what this is going to be, or is there going to be a ceiling to it? Like if I play this game mode 8 hours in a day, will I have an advantage over somebody that only plays for 10 minutes? The Coliseum leaderboard is one of the primary places to earn the new Relic 10 materials. Interesting. More on Relic 10 below. So there's going to be more of the incentive for you to actually spend some money, invest in the, in the era, the Coliseum, because you're going to get Relic 10 out of it, and people are going to want Relic 10, right? So there you go. All right. Coliseum Jotaz, well, there it tells me. There's our crystals. There's the homepage. Leaderboard, rank rewards, feature info. If we get 10%, we get 520%, 30%. Okay, the more we advance through the Jotaz, the more rewards we get. There's a box here at the end of it. There's the treasure box, loot box. We get 5 battles. Okay, so you only get 5 battles. Okay, you get 5 battles. Thumbs up for me then on that one. Okay, so no, you can't just play this all day, every day, but you can play it 5 times every day. I'm already going to recommend playing this 5 times every day. Big recommendation from your Star Wars dad. Play these battles 5 times every day to max out your rewards. To support this new leaderboard, players will be randomly assigned to new era squads. Era shards. Okay. So what that means is you got a fleet shard, you got a squad arena shard, now you'll be in an era shard as well. These are similar to squad arena and fleet arena shards, but are completely separate. An era shard is not tied to a player's squad or fleet arena shard and will not affect either of those in any way. Players will be randomly assigned to a new shard each. You could get lucky and there's no whales in your shard, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, because I imagine the higher level your characters are, the better you're going to do in your 5 attempts and the more, yeah. Giving everyone an opportunity to prove their mettle against a variety of opponents. Jotaz, Zepho Tomb Guardians, Dryax, Pirate ATST. Dryax. Dryaxes were a huge humanoid-shaped predator prowling the jungles of the planet Wayland. They had glowing red eyes. Omega and Crosshair. Okay, so this is from Bad Batch. Okay. Got it. Bosses, let's look at the screen here. Bosses overview, Jotaz, Zepho, Tomb Guardian, Dryax, Pirate ATSD feature. So over here you can click on these guys and see what they're doing. See what's going on with them. Like see the modifiers for the battle and stuff. All right. Talk about a lot of new content. Daily? Kind of like an individual raid. I think that's a good comparison there. Don M, sounds like you can only use these area units. I don't know how many times you'll be able to redo it. They should add that to squad and fleet. Well, let's slow down. Let's slow down a little bit. Let's. All right, era challenges are another place to use era units in this release. These will be replacing galactic challenges, which we just got 4 times rewards for today. That's galactic challenges, right? I'm not smoking crack there, right? So, I would bet we might be getting 4 times rewards on galactic challenges for the next 2 weeks as they look to retire galactic challenges. That'd be nice. I'll take that for 2 weeks. These will be replacing galactic challenges in an effort to help manage how much time players spend completing their daily tasks. QOL. The difficulty tiers are balanced around having era units and squads at certain era levels, and the feats reward those appropriately. These will be available during the weeks between marquee releases. Okay, we saw that. And players will have the full week to complete as much as they can on their own. I should probably... We're going to do something here. We're going to do something. Can I not copy this image? Okay, hold on. It keeps referring back to this. So I'm gonna have it saved somewhere so I can just pull it up. Where's my GIMP? Computer! GIMP on. Did that. Okay. There we go. Jacob Wilson's delivering mail. Jacob Wilson's the mailman. Don't go out there siring any children today, Jacob. You look like Jacob Wilson. Okay, this isn't ideal. Let's do it this way. And then we will... Okay. All right, so now when it pulls it up, we will just refer back to this. Gotcha. Because they keep talking about this. So there is the first week is the marquee launch of the character, and the second week is the challenge. Marquee challenge. And that's going to replace galactic challenges. All right. Jarvis. All right. Yes. That's the difficulty tiers are balanced around having area units at certain area levels, and the feats reward those appropriately. These will be available during the weeks between marquee releases, and players will have the full week to complete as much as you can on your own schedule. Nice. Nice. I smell bi-weekly content for some of our favorite content creators out there. Time and game. Time needed to complete all the events and modes daily is an important topic to discuss as part of all these changes. With the addition of Coliseum and managing an era roster on top of your existing roster. That's fair. Like you're going to have a whole different roster managing. Not, 6 or 7 characters, but still. It is critical that we ensure the time spent in game daily doesn't increase significantly. We design the systems and the scale of eras to something far more manageable. For this release, Coliseum is a huge focus. Huge. But we were careful to ensure that only a few battles a day are needed to complete most of the era 5 battles. A few being 3 or more, it looks like 5. Well, maybe you only need 3 to actually get done with what you got to do, and then the 2 extra are 2 extra. I don't know. Complete most of the era content and advance up the leaderboard. Your score for each Coliseum boss is a high watermark that persists over the era, which means once you achieve your best score, you don't need to keep battling over and over again that day. So, let's say the scoring is 1 to 1,000. And I score 900 on day 3 of the first marquee. And I'm okay with 900 for the next 3 months. And that'll get me the rewards I need to get for myself to enjoy this event in the game. I can just click that 900 every single day. Like I just click a 900, and not worry about it. Greetings, South Africa. Tried to do Gary Player there. I know there's another South African. I can't do that, guys. I don't know how he talks. Is that what that means? Like, if I get 900 here, I can just apply that 900 the rest of the way without playing anything? That can't be right. We'll have to see how that works out. That one's a little bit not coming together in my brain. A new type of event is Era Challenges, which replace the Galactic Challenges. Every other week, the bosses change every day, so you have to have a different score. Well, but if you post... But there's only 4 bosses, right? I think they're 4, or were there 5, whatever. So once you post a score, is it good for that boss for the next 3 months? A new type of event is Era Challenges, which replaces the Galactic Challenge. Every other week, players have 7 days to complete the Era Challenges using newly powered up Era Squads. This should make Era Challenges less time intensive than Galactic Challenges overall. Galactic Challenges are not time intensive for me. I do them at the highest level I can do them at, and if I gotta lower it down, I lower it down and I press auto. I don't engage in this stuff. We'll see if that happens with Era Challenges. Lastly, we wanted to reduce some time spent in conquest and territory battles. I did not see this yesterday at all. For players who are over-invested in the squads needed for the zone, Relic Delta will make those battles faster and need less micromanaging during the encounters. They're not employing proofreaders at Capital Games. They do employ salesmen. they do employ salesmen. This 1972 Plymouth Duster is everything you ever needed in a car, sir. Look at this. Look at this. I know it's got 346,000 miles on it. And yes, the paint is, there's rust holes in the floor. I get it, sir. But look, I know there's rust holes in the floor. But when you press that gas, she pushes it, boom, bang, oh, it's only 12 miles per gallon. But man, she just takes off. Imagine the you know, once you could buy it for $5,000 a day, and that's cheaper than any other used car out there. But this car, look what this car will do for you. So no proofreaders at Capital Games, but they do have salesmen. I get it though. I get it. This gets you juiced up. Oh, you're gonna reduce my time spent in conquest and territory battles, and then this juices you back down. Oh, Relic Delta will help you with that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It may indeed reduce my time spent. Selling Relic Delta would be the title of that video. In the future, we will continue to examine which modes should be supplanted by the era system and which ones are the important drivers of your legacy roster that should stay front and center. Assault battles are important drivers of my legacy roster that I built my roster around, please. You tried messing with this like a year ago. Don't, please. We are also scrutinizing which areas of the game are not only time intensive, but become repetitive once mastered. Conquest. I think that was mentioned. Here. Conquest and territory battles. That's those. Those are games modes that are time intensive and become repetitive once met. That is the game modes. That's it. This is a space we are continuing to examine and determine if they should be addressed with quality of life changes or removed entirely. Oh, crap. Goodbye, Conquest. It's been nice. Wow. More on this in the future as we watch this release closely for how it impacts time spent in the game. Cantina. Oh, this looks cool. Well, the Cantina just changed. Event active. Is that it? We're just going to see one event active? Mona Lisa, of course. Let's pull this up. This is a clearer graphic. Yes. Much clearer. Smaller, but clearer. You need to spend this energy. This energy is just being wasted unless you're hoarding for double drops or something. So we got Stormtrooper Luke with rewards available. The Coliseum with the, I can't remember what it's called. The episode track is still down here. Oh, your light and dark side campaigns move in here into the Cantina node. Okay. We have long wanted to spice up the Cantina with new characters, story elements, tie-ins to current events within Galaxy Heroes, and more. While our art team is hard at work preparing larger changes, cool, I like that. We want to put seasonal content front and center. To facilitate this, we've condensed the light and dark side tables into the Cantina Battles table and renamed it the Campaigns table. We will be continuing the work to modernize our Cantina, and you have to do this, right? The game's been out for a decade. Gaming has changed. More advanced games have come out. I mean, you'd have to do this. You have to do this. Slender Shade says Conquest must not be making enough money. That's a fair observation. Thank you, North Mountain. We will continue to work to modernize the Cantina and update scheduled for next year. So they've already got something in mind. Our goal is to provide an easily navigated home screen that informs you of the most relevant information to you and what exciting new content has been released. Future seasonal content. Oftentimes, players will be building 2 or even 3 squads out of the marquee and Journey Guide units they unlock during an era. I need to stand up a little bit here. Oftentimes, players will be building 2 or even 3 squads out of the Marquee and Journey Guide units they unlock during an era. Okay. Like, you had Dark Side clones and Jedi Vanguard required for Mace Windu. Pirates, you have 2 pirate squads, all right? Early next year, we plan to release what we're calling loaned units, a system where players will temporarily be granted a variety of additional era units based on legacy units for use in era modes. Loan units will not require direct investment to increase their power. They will go away at the end of the era. Until then, we're utilizing summoned units within Coliseum to provide a better and more well-rounded combat experience. Okay, so we're talking about, like, they're going to let you borrow Palpatine, or they're going to let you borrow Piet or CLS or something. They'll let you use these units inside the Coliseum, and they're putting that together right now. It's not ready. But until that's ready, they're going to have summoned units in the Coliseum. You might be able to summon the battle droid, the super battle droid, rocket battle droid, or whatever. Okay, we'll see it. We recognize that there are players who want to duke it out in direct PvP rather than fighting big bosses. Yes. When you say there are players, I would say, generally speaking, I think that this would be applied to most people. I think people want to do both. I think people want to play against other players and play against bosses. I think people want both. With that in mind, we want to bring a PvP mode to eras in the future. Holy crap. For this to be the compelling PvP experience you want it to be, it needs to be supported by loaned units and a system for stat differentiation. New PvP mode coming. However, for era PvP, mods can be complicated, and they introduce a wide variance in player experience and competitive viability based on random rolls, or really based on how long you've been playing the game, mainly, or how much you've spent on mods. But even spending on mods takes a while to get up to the top for mods. I'm stretching out here, man. Sorry, hang on. Morning stretches. Oh, sucking it. All right. Okay. While the system provides interesting texture to legacy content and long-term progression, it is not conducive to seasonal content where all players start from the same place each era. I get that. Okay. With all that said, any era PvP will be introduced alongside a new system for stat differentiation among era units that will allow era PvP to be an intriguing competitive landscape for players to deeply engage with. More on the next era features as we get closer. So what they're saying is, we're developing a PvP mode for eras where you'll just be able to use the characters in the era plus any loan. Like, for this era, we're loaning out the Imperial Troopers, so you can use those. For this era, we're loaning out Imperial Remnant, whatever. And you don't get to use your mods, so that mods, we talk about this all the time on this channel. Mods will elevate your Grand Arena experience. It will elevate your game experience by a lot. So you're not gonna get to use your mods. There might be mods, but it won't matter if everybody's got the same, or maybe everybody gets the same book of mods. Everybody's got the same 40 mods. You pick from those where you apply them. Something, I don't know. We'll see. So basically, it sounds like they want to put people on. The idea is to put everybody on a level playing field.
It's raid, baby. Raid!
T3 Barb, what's up? How you doing?
Raid, baby. Raid! It's raid.
Thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. Okay, so it sounds like what they want to do is they want to have like these PvP mode. Mystic Mac is here, another Masters member. We have lots of Masters members that are joined in the meantime. So thank you all Masters members. Why would it be scary? I think this looks like they're gonna have Here's what this says to me. Mini Grand Arena inside the era where everyone is on the same level. So skill actually matters. It would be really, really nice. Now, I would love my roster development and my... I'm good at developing a roster. I'm not as good at analyzing kits and in-game strategy. I'm not. Some of you tell me this all the time. It would be really nice. I would love my farming to mean more in Grand Arena. I really would. I would love it to mean more in Grand... Like, I could be a great farmer. I've been playing for a month, and I play somebody who's been playing the game for 5 years. Whatever. Fine. Whatever. Stupid, but fine. I would love to have this game mode where we're all on the same... You know, give me a PvP game mode I can play where everybody's on the same... We're all the same. We go in and play against somebody, and our characters are the same. We have the same set of mods. We choose where to place them, and that'd be interesting. I think that sounds awesome, too. I think that sounds awesome, too. We should note that this is not the end of legacy content, as the era system works in conjunction with new events and modes that are outside of eras. We have many plans to release more features and content like raids, territory battle planets, and units in the future. They're thinking of getting rid of Conquest. They're seriously considered just removing Conquest altogether. Interesting. Interesting. Legacy changes. Alongside the new era content, we have a number of changes coming to the rest of the game. The legacy is your entire roster that's outside of the era. Let's do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll just on YouTube here. If they get rid of... Wait. Would you miss Conquest? Yes or no? That's the poll. Would you miss Conquest? That's the poll. I think TW might be on the chopping block with the reward changes too. I don't mind Conquest, to be honest. I kind of like... I don't mind... autoing battles, having something I gotta play. I kind of like having, you know, but, you know. I don't like, I'm not gonna go to the mattresses over it. I'm not gonna, like, you know, throw down to keep Conquest, but, you know. Conquest gives you something to do and there's no gag. Well, they can find, but that hole could be filled by anything. Lots of things fill holes. Doesn't have to be Conquest. 63% would not miss Conquest. 64% of folks so far. All right, alongside the new era content, we have a number of changes coming to the rest of the game. Let's take a high-level look at what those are. Marquee Cadence. A long time ago, in a galaxy far away, we established a cadence for marquee units. Since then, we've added to the cadence. Shards become accelerated approximately 1 year later. And introduced new, well, yeah, that was a few years ago. And introduced new versions of marquee events. With the introduction of eras, we are evolving marquees to the next stage. What they're talking about is... This is new from a year ago. This didn't exist until a year ago. That's what they're talking about. Players will be granted all of the marquee units from an era the first time they log in during that era. These units will not be accessible for upgrades or battle use until their individual marquee event starts, but they will exist in your roster. Granted a what? 3 stars level 1 or something? Okay. This way, all players will have access to the same marquee units at the same time, even if a particular marquee event is missed during an era. You're still going to want to play the marquee while it's active to earn more shards for area units, though. It also helps players jump straight into era content. Here's how I read this. Tell me if I'm reading this wrong. No, because they're not going to be released to the legacy content until after the era's over, right? What I was thinking was that they were saying, like, if you wanted to whale on that character and to max them out right away, you can still do that and play with them. It's coming down a little bit. 59% say they would not miss Conquest, 58%, so it's evening out a little bit. So, Yago, clearly you're not the only one. Means if you miss when they release the character, you will still get it. So if you log in at any time during an era, you'll get all of the marquee units on your roster. You'll not be able to use them for upgrades or battle until their marquee event starts. But when so let's say this, you get all the units and Choda is the second marquee. That's how it's always been, Jeff Creasy. Jeff Creasy says, I'm not hitting a panic button or anything, but I'm worried that this will turn into pay money or miss all the new content. With all the talk about all the new events, can only use new era characters. That's how it's always been. That's no different from the beginning of the game. I don't understand. I don't understand the concern. You could always purchase characters immediately and start using them and stuff. And there's anyway. So this is, you can only use these guys in the era event, not in the legacy content. The other notable change to marquee units is when they transition to shipments nodes and accelerate status. Marquee character shards will be available in shipments approximately the second week after their release era ends, and they'll become legacy characters. And they become legacy. Marquee character shards will be farmable on a node approximately 13 weeks after their marquee event. That's not that different from normal. Well, okay, so all 6 of them will drop into a node 13 weeks after this. So, okay, all right. No, after the marquee event. So really, when the era is over, because the era lasts 12 weeks, right? Yeah. The week after it, the first character released on marquee will be farmable. Marquee character shards will become accelerated around 1 year after the start of their release era. Even when this would mean an individual character may become accelerated early. Okay, so you have the whole era. It lasts 3 months. Whatever the last character was in that era is going to be accelerated like in 9 months. This is also when marquee units are eligible for lightspeed tokens as a change. From our earlier plan of having them become eligible 1 year after the end. Okay, so then they'll be eligible for lightspeed tokens too. Got it. Relic economy changes. So lightspeed tokens are going to become a way to invest in characters that are not going to have lightspeed bundles for several years. Relic economy changes. As part of this, they haven't mentioned territory wars. You're right about that. They have not mentioned territory wars on any of this as something they want to keep. So it could be territory wars as well. 60% of you guys would not miss conquest. That's a plurality. That's a winning vote. If you win a public election at 60%, you're considered to, that's like a landslide. As part of the major eras update, there will be a number of changes to the relic economy. This is what we were waiting for. This is why we've been hoarding our stuff. Eras create a path for players to reach the highest tiers of relics if they want to invest deeper into their squads, or Relic 6 is the max. Relics are also a critical part of the rewards for the era, and there are 3 ways we're improving the relic experience for players. Reduce the pinch of gear and relic materials. Increase the inflow of relic resources to majority of players. Okay. Improve access to relics. Reduce the pinch. The first way reducing some of the relic pressure on your roster is through the changes to eras. Eras significantly change how players interact with legacy unit progression, as era levels provide a head start on new units when they convert at the end of the era. We saw that if you're free to play, you should be getting these characters at 4 stars. I think, did we see a star level? At gear 12. At gear 12 at the end of the era. This reduces the amount of gear needed for the new units and instead can be used at the scavenger to obtain the relic levels. Oh, okay. So instead of... Okay, so... Took me a second. Instead of... So Gar Saxon. Gar Saxon needs 4 of these Mark IV keypads, a bunch of these Mark V keypads, which I need for other stuff. Like, okay, here's a great example. This is a great example. You want these Mark V data pads? You want to keep these. You don't want to spend them because they're valuable. Now you will not have to spend those on new characters, making them more available for you here in the scavenger shop. This is a highly valuable piece of gear for Bronzium wirings. And so on Stormtrooper Luke and Choda and Scar Darth Vader and etc., Asajj, Barriss, Inquisitor, you will not have to spend these. So now I have them more available for Bronzium wiring in the future. Do you think it's still worth it to hoard relic mats and gear? I feel like it should be safe to use them because they don't change costs as much. Just made it easier to obtain various resources. I gotta get through this whole thing. You should definitely... I do remember this from the post. Relic 9, they're taking some signal data and some of the relic gear pieces out of the Relic 9. You should not be relicking anybody to Relic 9 right now. Nobody should go Relic 9 until this update is live. At least that. I think it's more the wording that's making it sound concerning. Basically, it reads like we shouldn't expect our legacy characters to be usable in any new stuff going forward, but I'm assuming we'll get new legacy content down the line. I'm not picking that up. Maybe if you're free to play... I mean, let's be honest. If you're free to play, you always have limitations in the game. If you're not going to spend 20 bucks or whatever on a character, right now you can spend 30 bucks, and by the end of the marquee, you've got them at 7 stars. So there's going to be a spending. There's going to be a spending aspect to this, guys. It's, you know, there just is. And free to play players or really light spenders always miss out on, you know, you have that recency bias. You miss out on stuff. It's just always been true. That's true of any mobile game especially, but it's almost true of any game anymore. Outside of the newest units, era rewards will also impact many older journeys. How's that? Lightspeed tokens are rewarded from engaging or investing in the era, can be used on legacy units to accelerate access. Well, that, yeah, because, yeah, okay. Lightspeed tokens from era rewards, got it. And Journey Guide events. Again, this reduces the amount of gear you need to get Journey Guide requirements up to speed and freeing up gear to be used elsewhere. Our goal for eras is to be an efficient way to acquire Journey Guide units. Okay, so I get it. So, what they're saying is, as you go through the era, some of the rewards will be Lightspeed tokens for Journey Guide units, like a Farm Boy Luke, who's needed for CLS, or Cara Dune is needed for Beskar Mando, etc. You get a Lightspeed token for them to take them up to 7 stars and Gear 5, or whatever. And so then that reduces your need to farm Cara Dune. So they're reducing all of the gear 1 through 11. The spending of that is going to be reduced on new characters for sure. It's just gone. And on older characters, you're going to get some lightspeed tokens. We'll have to see how many lightspeed tokens we get, and we'll have to see how that works out over time. So you'll get those lightspeed tokens, and you don't have to spend the gear on them either. And then that frees up that gear to be spent more liberally in the Jawa scavenger to acquire relic gear. Got it? Oh, is there a list of lightspeed characters later in the post? Okay, good. Additionally, to alleviate some pressure on relic materials for Relic 9, we are removing, this is it, fragmented signal data, chromium transistors, and erodium heat sinks. So, these are chromium transistors. They're relatively cheap. I'll say something here crazy. These Mark 7 discs show up all the time on my free-to-play account. They almost never show up on my endgame account. That's got to be on purpose. They're almost never there on my endgame account. And then erodium heat sinks, that is kind of a big deal. These are difficult to get your hands on. Interesting. Hey, Sensuna. And the fragmented signal data, that's the blue, or the gray, whatever, the first one. That's these, right here. So that's not going to be required for Relic 9. So it frees it up a little bit. So we're going to have to start taking characters to Relic 9. So we're freeing up resources to be used at lower levels, is what they're doing. All these changes combined allow you to use less gear for upgrading units and save gear for the scavenger to get the relics you want faster. Right. Increase the amount of relic material inflows. While reducing the number of places you need gear, it is important to get more relic materials into players' inventories. This primarily comes from the updates to milestones on the free episode track. Talking about this bottom track here, which is the free episode track, which gives nice rewards, but, you know, they're nice. They're nice. There's no Zetas. There's an Omicron or two. It's nice. Right? You don't ever want to be nice. You want to be great. Relic 1 to 5 materials and Tier 1 to 3 single data will be replacing existing Galactic Challenge salvage boxes on the free episode track milestones. So like this. Yeah. Well, you'll need some of those still. This. That's not a box. This is a box. Replacing these. So that's going to cost me a little bit of Gear 12 finishers. If I'm free to play and getting characters at Gear 12, I still need the Gear 12 finishers. Will I be freed up a little bit more to spend more of my raid currency? I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Players engaging daily in eras. Players engaging daily in eras will still be able to complete the episode track, and we expect most players to be able to earn these resources monthly. On top of that, we're updating episode shipments to include items like signal data, fragmented and incomplete, so players can use their extra episode currency to also boost their relic farms. I guess there is no signal data in here. All right. Improve access to relics. That just means when a new era is out, the previous areas will now be using GAC. Dark Stains to be right. Improve access to relics. More resources and less pressure on gear when upgrading characters is great. Ray Plays, I'm giving you a 5-minute timeout. I told you not to spam. You ignored that. Just a 1-minute timeout. 1-minute timeout. I didn't know you were spamming that. You keep spamming the same thing. The stream is not just about you. It's about 300 other people that are on watching right now on multiple platforms. 340 people. So we're looking at the update. We're not here to answer questions about your roster. If you'd like to get some help, jump into my Discord. There's a lot of people into help in there. You could have been asking chat what they think. But this stream is about this gigantic news update. And you keep spamming my chat, and I warned you earlier not to spam chat. There we go. Don't assault battles get a lot of G12 finishers? Yeah, but they didn't say they're going to increase that. You're already doing those. More resources and less pressure on gear when upgrading characters is great, but without access to more of the important materials to upgrade higher tier relics, players would be unable to utilize these additional resources. With that in mind, the scavenger will be updated with the following changes. Arrow magnifiers. Oh, they're not in there. Arrow magnifiers. Mark 12 Armatech tactile data prototype. Okay. Kyrotex. Hold on. No. What is this? These thingies. Okay. Why'd they choose that one? That's weird. Okay, whatever. A lot of end game players have boatloads of Kyrotex sitting on their roster doing nothing right now. And by the way, now that's another, didn't think about this. If you're free to play even, or if you're getting these characters at relic levels already, you no longer need Kyrotex for these new characters, or you might need 100 Kyrotech if you only get them at Gear 12 as a free-to-play player. So the need for Kyrotex on new characters is going to be greatly diminished / gone. So those Kyrotex will now go toward arrow magnifiers. Interesting. Yeah, you can use that for something, though. I think it's used for one of the pieces right now, right? Is that it? No, that's not it, is it? Nope. Nope. It's not used for much, and it's not used on a lot of characters either, I don't think. Okay. Kyrotex will be like Carbantes now. Are now. Okay. Good call. Droid Brains. Mark 12 Arm Attack. Okay, is that the same thing? Yes. Okay. So, Droid Brains, and it's the same. Yeah, those are both. Okay, both the Relic 8 stuff. Got it. New Relic Signal Data recipe. Oh, so you can actually salvage signal data. Okay. Corrupted signal data, and that, by the way, is... Yeah, he's Relic 9. It's not going to help. Corrupted is the blue one. No, I'm sorry. Oh, they're all corrupted. They're all corrupted. Oh, I've been reading this thing for an hour and a half. Okay, fragmented signal data 6 points, incomplete signal data 8 points, flawed signal data 10 points. Points to create one corrupted signal data 145 points. Oh, corrupted is a new one for Relic 10. Got it. Okay, man, I was like, wait a minute. Thank you. They didn't mention that previously. So, yeah, there's no pictures of it right now. They put out a picture of a new signal data at some point. Okay, so the corrupted is for Relic 10. Got it. Would have been nice if they'd have been mentioned like here. I'm just saying. Thank you. Good call, chat. Chat's got it. Chat's on it. I'm confused. Chat's on it. All right. You can't see the current recipe, North Mountain, because you want. Oh, you want to see the current recipe? Okay. Currently, you need 20 chromium transistors and 20 heat sinks. That's going to be gone. So these requirements will be gone. You're still going to need the 20 electron conductors, 20 Zinbittles, 20 impulse detectors, 20 aero magnifiers, 20 girded keypads, and 20 droid brains to go to Relic 9. They're going to make the aero magnifiers and, where are we here? The aero magnifiers and droid brains are now going to be able to be salvageable along with the signal data. Raid shipments are being updated. Oh. Electrum Conductor and Zinbittle cards are being changed from costing Mark III raid tokens to Mark II. Well, that makes some sense also. Because right now, you don't spend like here. Yeah. Erodium heat sinks cost Mark II. You don't spend this because you need this for all these Gear 12 finishers. But you're going to need a lot less Gear 12 finishers depending on where you are in the game, right? A free-to-play player is still going to need a bunch of Gear 12 finishers. If you're paying whatever $30 to get your character to Relic or whatever, I don't know. I know. Whatever it costs, you're not going to need these Gear 12 finishers anymore, so you'll need somewhere to spend these Mark II currency, and you'll be able to spend it on Electrum Conductors and Zinbittles. Right here. This will actually be... That actually feels like that is something of a punishment for the free-to-play player. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? King of Britons isn't convinced. Softy says the conversion ratio is amazing. We'll get there in a minute. Electron Conductor costs 75 Mark II raid tokens each. Zinbittle 100 Mark II raid tokens each. Right now, one Erodium heatsink costs 650 Mark II raid tokens. Oh! Those are being changed to Mark I. Hold on. Well, now that the entire picture is here, it makes more sense. Okay, it didn't make sense with the initial picture shield. It makes sense now. So, they're reducing the cost. So, let's look at it here. Right now, one Erodium heatsink costs 650 Mark II currency, and nobody ever spends it. Okay? Going forward... So, yes, I was right to hoard it. I should have hoarded even more of this. I should have hoarded even more of this currency. See? Told you. Electron Conductor and Zinbittle cards. One Electron Conductor will cost 75 tokens. So we're going from one One Erodium Heatsink right now costs 650 Mark II currency. Now it's going to cost 55 Mark I. These are ridiculously crazy. Everything's on sale. Capital Games is crazy. I disagree. I disagree, King of Britons. This is 10 times cheaper. They're reducing the cost of this relic gear all the way up to Zinbiddles. The cost of this relic gear up to Zinbiddles is going to be 10 times cheaper, basically, than it currently is. So, I don't think this is an exact 1-to-1. But the cost of Relic 7 just got, I don't know if it's 10 times cheaper, significantly cheaper to get characters to Relic 7. Significantly cheaper. This goes from 650 Mark II currency for one Erodium Heatsink all the way down to 55 Mark I raid tokens. By the way, 55 Mark I raid tokens doesn't even get you any character shards in here. Significant economy improvement. Significant economy improvement. I was right about hoarding, and I should have hoarded more of my Mark I currency. Although, guys, when November 18th hits, you need to be as close to the max of at least these two currencies as you can possibly be. Do not spend this currency right now. Do not spend your Mark I and Mark II raid currency. You can, I mean, I could save 20,000 more. Max this out for November 18th. Max this out for November. That is a giant change, guys. That's a giant change. Massive change. I mean, they said they're going to make it more affordable. That is massive. Wow. Okay. Updated rarity requirements. Number of stars required for certain relic amplifier levels has been reduced as well. Relic 4 is only 5 stars, reduced from 6. Relic 5, 6 stars, reduced from 7. Relic 6 is now the first relic amplifier level to require 7 stars. Okay. It continues feeding into... I mean, stuff is changing in a very positive way. Wow. Wow. While we lift the floor of relics for many players, we also want to raise the ceiling with the introduction of Relic 10. Earned from era shipments, Relic 10 materials will be the most valuable for players competing at the high end of Grand Arena Championships and Territory Wars. Why wouldn't it be valuable anyway? In early rounds of Grand Arena. While new units and content are exciting for our most veteran players, the competition at the top end of our PvP modes is what drives the excitement for many of our top players. True. Increasing the accessibility of Relic 9 means players should feel more comfortable with pushing their competitive squads to higher relics. This is some major context for why Relic Delta is important and how the access of relics is becoming easier. Speaking of which, this would have been a much nicer sentence than the previous. Okay, all right. Relic Delta. Thanks to the efforts of those involved in the recent playtest. I'm not gonna like feign credit here. I did testing that I was in the play test. I did some testing at the beginning of this when the numbers were crazy, and I said, you can't do this. I am soloing Galactic Legends with Admiral Radis right now. So, because any character that had a big AoE was just at Relic 9 was smoking like Relic 5 and 6 teams, like just smoking them. Just, yeah, anyway, all right. They did mention TW. Thanks, efforts we have finalized the values for Relic Delta as shown. And because you guys all gave a bunch of feedback too. This system will not be active in Conquest during the Stranger arc. That means 2 more months. So, November. So you're not going to see Relic Delta in Conquest until January. And the problem was that if they put the damage modifiers in there, it's going to reward people with big rosters, and it's going to punish people who are just entering Conquest. They're going to take a beating, so that's why they're waiting on it. They got to figure out how to balance that. For the Conquest arc after the Stranger, we're working on changes to improve quality of life and ease pain points so that the Relic Delta's effect on the Conquest experience is purely positive. Good. Okay, so here are the numbers. Attacker Delta minus Defender Relic, outgoing damage. If there's a 5, if you have Relic 9 versus Relic 4, that's a difference of 5. 60% outgoing damage modifier, and 150% on defense. So, the bigger the relic difference in your characters, 1 relic difference is not that big of a difference. 2 is not even that major. It starts to stack at 3. So, if I'm at relic 9 and you're at relic 6, so that means relic 7 to 9, it's a difference. It starts to stack up at relic at 3, at 4, and at 5. Yeah, so if I've got my relic 10 and you're coming at me at relic 5, it's over before it starts. And I don't even know if the team compositions will matter much. Like, at this difference, I feel like I could take Imperial Troopers in at relic 10 and maybe handle a Galactic Legend. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe not. Because the Galactic Legend is not going to be at relic 5. We knew this was a critical but difficult change to make, which is why we ran a playtest to help tune this to the appropriate levels and make sure you were all exposed to it a month and a half early so you could adjust to the idea instead of dropping it on you at random with this update. That's what's built into here between the S and the period. So between the S and the period, that's what's happening with Relic Delta. Thanks to your feedback, we lowered the overall impact of these modifiers at lower relic differences. Smart. And reduce their power at the top. Even now, the numbers above are something we'll monitor closely to ensure there's a robust meta based on squad synergy and strategy that respects players' ability to theory craft and push squads to their limits. If you want to know more about Relic Delta and our intentions for its impact, check out our design fireside. I would recommend not reading that. Just read what you just read here. I'd recommend not reading that. That was a lot of words and not a lot said in there, in my opinion. Just read it here. Episode track updates. This release also contains a number of changes to the episode track. For those not in the know, this is the episode track. With the release of era levels, a variety of era materials will be added to the episode track. The Pass and Pass Plus will contain even more era materials to accelerate your marquee upgrades and help you climb the Coliseum leaderboards. If they really actually upgrade the Pass Plus, right now all the Pass Plus does is accelerate you like 20 episodes in. It doesn't really add anything. So if they actually add something to the Pass Plus, more people will buy it. Additionally, Relic 1 to 5 materials and Tier 1 to 3 signal data The whole world has a Relic 9 cup. Could you take a Relic... I mean, this was a $5 bundle offered on April Fool's Day. I wonder if you could take, like, that Relic cup into, like, early layers of rounds of Grand Arena and just kill a bunch of Geos with it or something. Why not? Why not? Additionally, I'm already feeling the content coming. Additionally, Relic 1 to 5 materials and Tier 1 to 3 single day will replace gear on the free episode track milestones. So any gear here will be replaced by Relic gear. I don't know if that's considered gear or not. Probably is. Overall, this adds more value to the episode track, the pass, and the pass plus, while the price will stay the same. Galactic Challenge episode points migration. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. Oh, no, we're boosting it more? Okay, I'll be there soon, Doomslayer. With this release, we are discontinuing Galactic Challenges in their current form and adapting the Galactic Challenge system to create new era challenges as detailed above. Episode points awarded from these feats have been fully distributed across episode quests. Only the quests will be fun. Only the I do like the idea of having quests all the time that we're working on, because instead of having it like just being a little 1 hour or, you know, a 5-minute sprint across the Galactic Challenge to get a bunch of quests. Now you have quests that are out there for a week. Maybe we'll see. Only the points from feats requiring episode pass ownership were applied to quests requiring it. I don't know what this means, and I'm not going to dig into it. They're changing the episode pass to work with the eras and episode. I don't know what this means. Specific point changes to episode quests are as follows. Free episode quests award 5,000 episode points, up from 2,000. Episode quests requiring the episode pass award 7,000. Chapter headline quests. What? What are they talking about? I don't know what they're I literally have no idea what this is talking about. What's this talking about? These. Okay, thank you. Man, my brain was not clicking. Got it. Got it. Episode quest. Holy cow. My brain was not clicking. I don't know why. I just couldn't get it. Okay. So these are going to reward more. Is that right? Or not those. Not those. Well, maybe these. And then these will reward more? See, I don't have any to look at. Okay. Man, my brain was not clicking there. Sorry about that. So the free ones will go up to 5,000 episode points. Episode quest, creating episode pass reward. Okay, and chapter headline. Okay, so that's the characters, stars, and everything. Chapter headline quests. Okay, so that's when you get them all done, the triangle. Okay, I got it. Man. What's wrong with my brain there? So they're increasing the episode points. We'll leave that one as that could be better. We'll have to see how it works out with the currency. It sounds better. And they haven't talked about like reducing the availability or raising prices anywhere. So in a vacuum, for what it sounds like, getting more episode points will give me more stuff. That's what it sounds like. There's also a new daily quest for playing in the Coliseum, making 8 total. Individual daily quests are starting to add a play the Coliseum as okay, got it. Individual daily request rewards have changed as follows. Daily quest rewards 300 reduced from 350. There's your okay. I'm completing all rewards 600 increase from 1500 and overall increase of 50 episode points per day. Well, I mean, okay. Lightspeed tokens. Future Lightspeed tokens will have tiers updated to better match current character power levels. These consumables still instantly upgrade characters, but now grant higher gear and relic tiers. Note that this does not affect any existing Lightspeed tokens. Guys, the entire game is changing. The entire game is changing. Oh, man. I got to really... Somebody said the whole free-to-play is changing. No, I have to look at that. All right. Updated tiers. Tier 1, Carbonite, level 85. Okay. I've just been buying whatever I can. I'm not really... I haven't paid close attention to these, to be honest. I just get whatever the best is available to me at the time. All other upgrades granted by each Lightspeed token remain the same. The anniversary era. For our 10th anniversary, we wanted to do something special with our marquee characters. We looked at characters that were in the game in our original launch back in 2015 and paid homage to them with new characters that have a modern place in the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes meta. The ones we chose all focus on either lifting squads that we feel could use a little help in certain areas or building entirely new squads out of currently homeless characters. So, Ugnaughts going to have a home? What squad is Ugnaught going to go on? I'm just curious. I'm curious. Stormtrooper Luke. One step up from Farm Boy Luke. Well, that's not very exciting. Because Farm Boy Luke is a pretty low step. Like, Farm Boy Luke is at base level. CLS is 20 steps above. Jedi Knight Luke is maybe 2 or 3 steps above CLS. Maybe. Jedi Master Luke drops back another step off Jedi Knight Luke. So, if we're only 1 step up, we're still 19 steps away from CLS. We'll see. This somewhat short Stormtrooper makes Stormtrooper Han and Princess Leia part of a real Rebel squad, along with R2 and Old Ben, prior to unlocking Leia Organa. I just said this the other day. I literally included Stormtrooper Han and Princess Leia as characters that need to get a rework, and I said in the video, actually that was yesterday, in the video that they will probably release new characters instead. They don't rework, they usually release new characters that lift them. So we're going to have a Rebel squad early on. And R2, I mentioned in that video, never gets used until you get Leia Organa. He doesn't get used in the game. Okay. IG-90. Counting up from IG-86 and IG-88, we get IG-90. A notorious bounty hunter provides Dr. Aphra and her squad with a much-needed tank. Nobody uses Dr. Aphra unless there's a datacron out. I haven't even unlocked her. Now I may need to unlock Dr. Aphra. Yoda and Chewie. Take Clone Wars Chewbacca, add 1 Jedi Master, and bake into a powerful addition to Tarful's Wookiee squad. Wookiees become viable again, maybe. I mentioned that yesterday. Asajj Ventress, Dark Disciple. As a bounty hunter, okay, it is Bounty Hunter Asajj. As a bounty hunter, Asajj Ventress looked for a place to belong as she made her way through the galaxy, much like the Scion whose squad she'll join. Oh, she's a Boba Fett sign of Django lifter. He needs it bad. Bad. Inquisitor Barriss. As Barriss Ophi falls from grace, she will be part of a strong Inquisitorial squad in 3v3, as well as a potential underlying force user for Seer Juna to take under her wing. Double thumbs up. We do need to build up more Inquisitors to build more teams there, for sure. Darth Vader Duel's End. As a stranger steals away Vader's apprentice from Legend. Wait, what? This makes me feel the stranger, but it's a stranger. Okay. As a stranger steals away Vader's apprentice from Legend. What does that mean? They didn't announce Ahsoka as a acolyte, right? What's that talking about? This elite marquis joins his new master, the stranger, and the Emperor's hand is the backbone of a true no. Palpatine, Darth Vader Duel's End, and Mara Jade. Got it. Star Killer, Vader's apprentice Star Killer. Okay. Thank you. Man, too much reading. Too much reading does what is happening in front of you, boys and girls. Thank you. Star Killer. Got it. And here we go. There's your boy. Actually, I think it's kind of cooler this way. There's your boy. Spider Maul. Anniversary era journey. Maul hate fueled. He's all about hate. Rebuilding his broken body from scrap metal and pure rage, the former Sith apprentice Maul will seek out a stranger to give him new purpose and lead him into battle. So, Acolyte. Important note. The Era Journey event will now begin with the 5th Marquee unit. We know that. This will allow you to unlock the Era Journey Guide at 4 stars and can get enough shards to get to 5 stars. When the final Era Marquee unit releases, you can then play the last Hero's Journey event and get enough shards for 6 and 7 stars. Like their Era Marquee champions, the Era Journey Guide unit also uses Era levels until the Era ends. Anniversary Era Coliseum bosses. So that's, I like this header right here, which indicates to me that every era is going to have new bosses, and I like the sound of that. Dryax, a vicious pair of apex predators from the planet Wayland. Jotaz, a bulky, ferocious brute from the mysterious planet of Zepho. Pirate ATSD, abandoned by the Empire and salvaged by a bloodthirsty crew of pirates. And Zepho Tomb Guardians, an emotionless trio recovered from Zepho's Jedi tombs. 10th anniversary. Man, this is a lot of reading. Spider Mall does whatever a Spider Mall does. Okay, starting with the release of this title update and continuing over the next 6 months, we are releasing a series of anniversary quest chains that will appear in all players' journey quest logs starting at player level 10. I may have to start a new account in 2 weeks. I may have to start a new free-to-play account on November. I had all these plans for a free-to-play account. Well, if they would let creators in early, we could, like other games do, they could actually promote content creators' videos and say, hey, go check out this content creator talking about the recent update. Wouldn't that be crazy if they did something like that? Like all other games do? Crazy! These quests will take a little longer to complete than a typical journey quest, but will be especially attractive for brand new or returning players, granting Lightspeed tokens to accelerate them through unlocking a number of journey guide characters. That said, all players should see at least some benefit from these quests. They will remain available until November 17th, 2026, at which time I would imagine they'd have to replace it with a bunch of new quests. I mean, why would you like pull it back at that point, right? Unless otherwise specified, Lightspeed tokens we're starting. All right, I'm making the announcement right now. The plan was to start a new free-to-play account on January 1st. Go farm Leia Organa. You guys are going to vote on what I was going to farm. That's out the window. That's out the window. I will be here the morning of November 18th. And we will launch a new free-to-play account on this channel. I'm going to open a page in Discord right now. Hang on 1 second here. Okay, I'm gonna put this in Discord right now. All right, here we do this. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna create a room. What? Name the new account. Free to play account. Creating a channel. I don't think there's anything private in here. Hold on. Let me make sure, though. You guys are going to name this account. I don't know what to name it. Come on. Discord? Stop. I don't want this. Click off. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Let me edit this room. No. Okay. Let's go to announcements here. Okay, go to announcements. Okay. All right, there we go. So my Discord is going to be folks voting on this. You're going to be the ones voting. You're going to tell me what to name this. We're starting a new account. We're going to start a make account face. Make account face. Okay. No, I don't even know what we're going to do for farming path. I think that's outside of the realm. Because I think I just want to... This thing might only run for 6 months. We might not run it forever. I just want to see what this is all about. I think it's... you guys know that this channel is focused on, you know, new all the way through mid and getting into late and end game content as well. We do, you know, but... For me to be able to communicate and work with people that are picking up the game, coming back to the game, in the early game, in the mid game, I've got to play these accounts. So we're not going to have a specific farming path for this account other than, you know, I'll work toward assault battle stuff. No, we're not retiring. NOOCH2GUD is my permanent free to, this will be a third account. The idea of this account, and I have been thinking like, I want to test and see if Home 1 is a viable early game fleet. I want to find that out. So we're going to test that as well. Wow. The next couple readings will inform you of the... Oh, let's take a look. Okay. All right. Unless otherwise specified, Lightspeed tokens reward these quest lines, upgrade the character to 7 stars and gear 13, relic 0, with all abilities upgraded to maximum level. This includes Zeta upgrades, but not Omicrons. Below are the total rewards granted by each anniversary quest chain. Quest chain 1A, Hera Syndulla, Sabine Wren, Zetas, and Omicrons. Okay, Phoenix so far. Quest chain 1B, Phoenix. So these are going along with the episodes. Quest chain 1C, Captain Rex, and just a Rebel Lightspeed token, and Emperor Palpatine. Requires completing final quest and chain. Oh, this is so cool. I might carry this account for a year. This will be huge for NOOCH2 Perfect. Oh my god, you guys. I was thinking I would publish the farming guide. Wow. The entire game has been turned on its head. Question is, are they all here for a year? Quest chain 2A. Snips, Jedi Knight Anakin, 2B, or not 2B, Mace Windu, Shock T, 2C, Keller and Beck, Jedi, Grandmaster Yoda. Quest chain 3. Let me take a guess. Thrawn, R2, BB-8. I don't know if Cal will be in there. Padme, CLS. That's what I'm guessing here. Let's take a look. So if you look at 2 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, and 26 times 2 weeks. I mean, you get the idea, right? Oh, I just missed it. We went to Inquisitor already. 8th brother, 9th sister, 5th brother, 7th sister, 2nd sister, Empire. 4A, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker. That's a little bit late. You're making me wait for CLS until February? We're going to play this for a year. I love this. I love this. I love this. We don't know yet. They're going to be quests. You missed one of the Inquisitors. Oh, R2-D2, okay. Using the Inquisitors to unlock R2-D2 is a baller move. Unlocking R2-D2 with Inquisitors is a straight baller move. Yeah, so our new account is just going to follow this. If this is successful, they'll just restart this again next November. Quest Chain 4A. Is this going to be available? I think it's going to be available to everybody. All players' journey logs starting at player level 10. All. I love this. My wife says I get weepy a lot. I was very concerned about free-to-play. You know, with the way the game is now and it's advancing, we leave free-to-play players in the dust a lot. We were talking about it earlier. King of Britons was maybe a little bit beyond what you guys are, like you're going to leave us behind. We're going to have to go get old player. It's all relieved. Yeah, you can get Grand Inquisitor before CLS. Old Ben, Stormtrooper Han. That's about 11-18, 12-18, 1-18. This is about when, right here is about when Stormtrooper Luke will be available to farm. So you have to complete each one of them to get to, okay, you got it. Okay, so you can't jump in the middle. All right, so next, Akbar, a droid, CLS, Boba Fett Bosk, IG-88 and Dengar, Fennec. The entire farming guide is upended, which is so good. Chewbacca Lightspeed token, Mandalorian Cara Dune, then a BAM token, IG-11 and Queel, Grief Karga Mandalorian, Beskar Mando token. And that runs us through April. That's just 6 months, right? I love this so much. I love this so much. I was already thinking through the farming guide, and now I'll adjust that the farming guide goes right here. What do you mean you can also farm Bo-Katan Mandalore? Pillars of seasonality. Star Wars Galaxy Heroes has evolved so much over the last 10 years. As we look to the future of the game, we wanted to build an ecosystem where all players can enjoy the latest content together. We established a few pillars for this ecosystem, eventually called eras, seasonality, around which all of our design decisions were based and where we looked for guidance whenever an issue popped up. Let's walk through the following 4 pillars to understand why they exist and how they affected the design of this release. Pillar 1. Seasonal play is for all players. Whether players have been playing for 10 days or 10 years, we want everyone to play with the newest marquee characters together. The first step to getting all players to experience newest content was to put all players on the same footing at the start of an era. One option was to simply grant everyone the units for each event tier, but borrowing units doesn't allow players to upgrade units in a unique way or support theory crafting. Just using borrowed units for an era fundamentally didn't feel like a fun or compelling way to grow a roster. This led to the creation of a new progression system called Era Level. Now everyone would start from the same place each era when playing with new marquee units, and players could invest as they wanted. Great, but now we had some questions. How would these era units interact with existing rosters? If it's not the highest relic level, how can players get their units to state of competitive viability? What constitutes game-wide competitive viability when players have a roster full of G7s or R7s? Ensuring these units felt competitive for all types of players in existing modes, regardless of where they're going on their journey, was impossible. What was viable for one player in Grand Arena, for example, was completely useless or overpowered for another. We could have picked an average spot that would have had these units be competitively viable for most players, but we'd be leaving someone out, and it would violate our pillar of seasonal plays for all players. Additionally, having these units live side by side also creates an in-game communication issue where the unit could exist in two very different states based on which mode you use them in. That's true. We had a choice. Allow players to use characters at a level that may or may not be competitively viable, which could mean the unit is usable by some and unusable by others. Isolate seasonal play so that all players could use the new units and modes specifically designed to accommodate the new progression system. We chose to isolate. We believe it's a cleaner solution that results in a better player experience across the board and lets everyone enjoy the newest content together. Pillar 2, focus on the fun. How many times on this channel have I just said, this is a game, it has to be fun? You do a weird farming path, are you having fun? We go through 10 things you need to do to improve your account. The last thing is always, are you having fun? Are you having fun? This is a game. User 1234 is on the mod squad, and he's in chat. Good to see you, sir. Finally, the old rosters will lose massively to new whales. One of our main pillars with introducing seasonality was to create an experience for all types of players that focused on doing what, I think Dirk Enda was here earlier and I missed him, by focusing on doing what is fun in Galaxy Heroes. Fun means different things to different people, true. But here we are defining this as getting new characters, using them in exciting battles, and experiencing epic Star Wars stories. That is a great definition of fun. This distills not only what makes character collecting games exciting, but also why Star Wars Galaxy Heroes is a game we have loved for years. You get confused. The Mod Squad is our highest tier of membership, Sensuna. We have folks that are paying a good amount of money to support the channel, and then I help them to work on their mods on a monthly basis. That's what the Mod Squad is. Or just spend some time reviewing their account. They basically get an hour isolated with me every month to work on their mods or talk about their account or whatever they want to do. And or they just support the channel because they love the channel that much. So how do we do that? In our early game, players see rapid advancement in gear levels and a matching pace of progression through early content. It's fun watching multiple numbers go up every day, making clear progress toward content goals, and frequently getting stronger. It's natural that as players get to higher investment in content, pacing slows down. This is evident in practically every RPG or game with a leveling curve. It's something to embrace, yet it can sometimes leave us wishing we could experience that rapid progression again. I'm really loving this, you guys. To that end, we wanted new marquee units to be usable in content immediately with rapid and consistent incremental progress. This means marquees need to be relevant at lower power levels and to receive frequent upgrades that could result in direct improvement in gameplay performance. Eras should provide a consistent progression experience to all players. This pillar informed some of the shaping of the era level system, but its primary impact was on the content landscape. We needed one or more new game modes that could be designed specifically for this new isolated ecosystem, content where players could feel the impact of upgrades while witnessing large accomplishments over the course of an era. Enter the Coliseum. The first of our new seasonal modes. Oh, so next season might be not the Coliseum? Provided opportunities for boss encounters on a rotating schedule so players could, feel the experience of making significant progress on a daily basis. It also gives our designers space to come up with fun and exciting content more frequently while revisiting some of the awesome units we have created in the past but were only used a handful of times. Now remember Pillar 1, seasonal play is for all players. With this in mind, we aim to keep the Coliseum boss encounters simpler. However, the Coliseum still needs to be a place where veterans and new players alike can experience the fun of mastering a new challenge together. A variety of bosses at the right level of complexity allows theory crafters to have a space to explore nuances while others can enjoy the progression from day to day. In short, we're aiming to bring the whole community together to have fun. Pillar 3, tell a Star Wars story. I've done multiple Masters shoutouts. If you want another one, I will do it.
Disturbing is this move by Chancellor Palpatine.
I understand.
Yeah, sorry, Sensuna. I love you guys too.
but we do not grant.
Thanks to all the Masters members, all of our members, guys. You support the channel. We appreciate every single member on this channel, even all the way down to our Padawans. Our Padawans, you can join this channel and support this channel for as $1.99 a month. That's cheaper than the cost of a 2-liter at Walmart. I appreciate all of our supporters, all of our members. You're all wonderful people. Thank you for everything you do for the channel. Thank you for mods for pointing out that I need to probably say something. The police have joined the channel. Pillar 3, tell a Star Wars story. Our love of Star Wars is what brings us, our love of Star Wars is what brings us together today. Mowage. It's a wonderful universe full of stories we enjoy reading, watching, hearing, and playing. We wanted to make sure that through eras, we were providing deep, immersive stories and rich narrative experiences for players. While the Coliseum provides some narrative elements, we want to do more. The Cantina and the overall game need to evolve to better support the Star Wars stories we want to tell. This is arguably our largest update ever. I don't think it's arguable. I'd have to look back through the updates. I don't think it's arguable. This is the largest update ever. And yet it doesn't contain nearly all the stuff we wanted to build for you, our players. PvP modes in the eras. I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. He clearly said the bluff. All right, we have much more in store for eras in the future, and that's where we want to continue to grow this pillar with more story-driven content. Pillar number 4, eras are the most efficient path for player progress. This pillar has been a top priority as we've developed these systems. At every turn, kept asking, how is this helping players grow their roster? Players who play for 10 days have drastically different goals than those who play for 10 years and require very different rewards. All players need to see durable progress from participating in eras. For eras to be the most efficient path for growing your roster, any progress made during an era needs to translate directly into progress after the era ends. It is critical that players did not feel like they lost any progress or their resources were wasted when upgrading characters during an era. This is the reason for several choices, including but not limited to why era levels use unique materials instead of gear relics. Players no longer have to choose between progressing toward their goals or playing with the newest characters. Right. Lightspeed token rewards and era units conversions. Seasonality provides players with Lightspeed token. That just dots in the wrong place. Lightspeed tokens help them achieve their goals while also growing their roster with the newest era units, all without using their legacy resources. Relic 10 material rewards. For veteran players, eras allows them to power up their existing legacy units to greater heights by competing on era leaderboards to earn Relic 10 materials. Era currency gives players agency over their rewards. Players need to earn relevant rewards for their legacy roster, and era currency and the new shipment tab allow you to earn the resources that are most valuable to you. With these, players can continue to work on territory battles and raid squads, hone their PvP capabilities, and unlock new journey guide chases while still acquiring, using, and advancing the newest characters. Conclusion. Hopefully this post provides you with a better understanding of how we made some of the choices we did for this monumental 10th anniversary update. It is this. This is a monumental update to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Massive, monumental, earth-shattering update. It also tells you this. This game's got a lot of legs in it. Now, we know that this game, I put this game and Raid and Marvel Strike Force, kind of the triumvirate of hero collector games for Western nerds, mostly. I mean, it's nerds across the world, but Western nerds. We like fantasy, we like Marvel, we like Star Wars, we play these games. In that triumvirate, as far as like earnings go, I believe Raid is at the top, Galaxy Heroes is second, and Marvel Strike Force is third in earnings. All of these games are earning hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Hundreds of millions of dollars in gross revenue. These games are going to continue for the foreseeable future. When people say the game's dying, whatever, no way, dude. This game has legs. This game now, I mean, with this update, this game has got legs, boys and girls. We want to move to a world where Galaxy Heroes players, both new and old, are strategizing and playing together in the latest events and with the latest characters. Yeah, so if you're put into a random shard for the era battles, you're in there with endgamers with new players. Feeling without with latest characters without feeling like they're missing out on their favorite Star Wars experiences, where newer players can feel like they're contributing to guilds meaningfully without years of catching up while respecting our most engaged players who've been playing for years. Ultimately, seasonality needs to provide real progress towards your existing goals. We don't want you choosing between playing the latest cool stuff and actually preparing your roster for long-term success. It's a tough balancing act, and we know there will be feedback on how we can achieve this. It won't be perfect, but we're truly excited to continue this journey with you all. Thank you again for 10 years of amazing Whole Table stories. We could not have done it without you, the dev team. The internet is undefeated. J-Blades 9. There you go. This is it. Man, this might finally be the time to hang up the cleats. It just seems like with the Arrow stuff, absolutely everything I've spent the past 9 years working towards is toast. And it sure feels like my roster I busted my butt to increase is now being all but negated, making none of it relevant. Manly Vanley, I am rooting for you. I hope you are happy in life. This makes me sad. It makes me sad that this is how you would feel about it. This game will die. If this game is not evolved, and in this case evolved at a rapid pace, which was needed, this game will die. 19 upvotes. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Yeah. All right. We're going to talk some more. I need to take a quick break. I need to get some tea. We're a few hours into my morning. I can get some tea now. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the names people are suggesting for my new account. This should be interesting. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of names suggested. Okay. A lot of names suggested for the new account. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a brief little get a drink, take a pee break. While I'm doing that, if you guys have yet to download Raid Shadow Legends, you are missing out. It is a great game. And as I mentioned a lot of times, we're going to talk more about this, guys. We're going to keep talking. I'll be back. If you've not downloaded Raid Shadow Legends, you're missing out. It scratches a very different itch from Galaxy Heroes. We just had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The event is still going on. It's going to be too late for you to really partake unless you want to get Leo. You can get him. You can use my QR code here on the screen to download the game. There'll be a link in the chat we're going to put out right now. I'll put it out there. Yeah, the economy we needed. That's it. That's it. Guys, use my link. Plarium is sponsoring this channel and funding the things we do here as well. Use my link to download Raid Shadow Legends. Play the game. It's a lot of, see if you like it. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe it's not your game, but give it a shot. You know, play it for a week. See what's happening. See how you're enjoying the game. Jump out there and play it. I'm going to be back here in just a few minutes. Let me turn the music up for you guys a little bit in the meantime. A little much. I'll be back in a minute. We are back. Just needed a minute. Okay. All right. Wow, you guys. Wow. I mean, just seriously, wow. This is the biggest thing that has ever happened to this game. And I need a little sustenance here. Holy cow, you guys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I hear the suggestions so far. NOOCH2Versary. You guys are gonna vote. I'm gonna do whatever you vote on. It's not gonna be, I'm not gonna do off-color stuff or stupid stuff, but NOOCH2 update. NOOCH2 10-year anniversary free-to-play account featuring major updates, free-to-play farming path. NOOCH2 Daddy, no. NOOCH2 anniversary. NOOCH2 10. Oh. NOOCH2 Coca-Cola. NOOCH2 lovers. Oh. Oh my. Here, a bunch of us were just hoping for vehicles. Yeah, all those previous announcements now make sense, right? The new gear economy changes. Everything makes sense now. NOOCH2 eras. NOOCH2 decade. NOOCH2 token. Banana Joe Bob. NOOCH2 Spider Mall. NOOCH2 Chota. We're not doing Spider Mall. I don't anticipate it's going to be a free-to-play account. I see you, Scotty Boy. Give me a minute. NOOCH2GUD. That's not bad. NOOCH2 Decaversary. Misspelling. Wait, what is this? Who told you could borrow my avatar? Star Wars Dad Anniversary. Mini NOOCH2 era. NOOCH2 new. Hey, if you guys want to put something there, put it. NOOCH2 new start. NOOCH2 noob account. NOOCH2 reborn. I like that one. User!
This is a great update. Just want to highlight something. This creates a game mode where the tenure in game does not matter. As long as you outspend everyone else, you are good.
What user is saying. let me translate that for the rest of the galaxy. What he's saying is that in the eras, the new Coliseum game mode, if you spend whatever it takes to max out those characters, you're going to be competitive with the highest characters in any. Because right now, users feeling a little bit left out because his mods are so far behind. No matter what he does, you just can't catch your mods up to an end game account overnight. No matter, without spending like, I don't know how much money you'd have to spend to get your mods over, to end game overnight. He's only been playing for, how long you been playing? 7 months? So he's looking forward to spending and just hammering people. So, all right, NOOCH2 Reborn, NOOCH Gunray. A lot of people like that one. That's not horrible. I like that. NOOCH2 Many Years, baby NOOCH. Baby NOOCH, do got it. Delta NOOCH. I like that. NOOCH Too Much. NOOCH Too Farm or Not Too Farm. I like that too. 7 months. The NOOCH side. Loki a banger. What? Low key. Is this how we're spelling low key now? You're lazy. Lowkey. Stop it. Water Malone? What is happening? We just went off the rails. NOOCH2 Eternum. Ooh. NOOCH2 Gladiator. NOOCH2 New. NOOCH2GUD. NOOCH Too Many Accounts. That's fair. That's fair. NOOCH2 Anniversary. NOOCH10 Delta. NOOCH2 Bad. David. NOOCH2 Dathomir, or some planet. It's like Earth 2 NOOCH or NOOCH 2 Earth. NOOCH 2 Supreme, NOOCH 2 Gladiator. Ripping it up in the Coliseum, I get it. We have the power to make it happen. Oh, everybody wants NOOCH 2 Gladiator here. The NOOCH Awakens. Nooch too tired sometimes. I knew well, I still know. I haven't seen her in 30 years. I know a woman from Russia, raised in America, named Luda. Nooch New Era. There's actually so a lot of you guys know that I went to college and majored in theater with Jenna Fisher. So Jenna Fisher was married to James Gunn, and James Gunn, did he write or direct? What was the zombie movie? Dawn of the Dead. Okay, so great movie. Great movie. Okay. So James Gunn wrote Dawn of the Dead, and that character actually on the right there, that character on the trailer, that's her. So she's pregnant. I think that's her. She's pregnant, dying. Her name is Luda. Her name is Luda. That character's named after the woman that I went to college with. And we were theater majors. So she's Russian. She's named after that woman. So anyway, I just saw your name Luda, Chuck, and thought of that. Humar, Benny, Nooch New Era, Nooch 2 Era Tour Guide. That's a lot. Nooch 2 Lightspeed. Well, that doesn't. Nooch Wing. Nooch. That's actually, this is what my main account was called for some amount of time. I think. Maybe not. Nooch 2 Nooch 2 Furious, Nooch 2 Legacy, Nooch 2 Duel's End, Nooch Strikes Back, Return of the Nooch, Nooch 2 Reborn. If the account's fleet is going to start out focused around Home 1, Nooch 2 1 or Nooch 2 Trap. Nooch 2 Trap. 2 Nooch 2 Furious, Nooch 2 Anniversary, Nooch 2 2 Broke. Well, you know. Nooch 2 Delta, Nooch 2 10, Nooch 2 Many, Nooch 2 Dude. I'm the dude. Nooch 2 Glory, Nooch 2 Poor, Gucci Mane. Nooch 2 Bankrupt. Yes. Nooch 2 Many Accounts got that. Revenge of the Nooch. Nooch is inevitable. Cyber went crazy. Free to Nooch. Nooch Zero Cash. Nooch No Money. Nooch Coin Save. Nooch on a budget. Free Nooch to play good. Nooch saves credits. Nooch to the future. Loader.home.1. What? That's weird. Nooch 2 10th anniversary. That's no Nooch. That's a space station. Nooch 2 Porkins Lookout.
I can hold it. Hold on. No, I'm all right.
I don't know what this is. I'm not going to read it. I feel like if I read that, I'm going to be saying something bad. Nooch 2 Viva La Cash. Nooch 2 Party. Nooch 2 Raid Shadow Legends. Nooch 2 New Era. Nooch 2 Delta. Nooch 2 New Republic. Nooch 2 Emperor. Nooch 2 short for a Stormtrooper. That's true. That's a pretty good one. Nooch 22 Troglodytes. Ooh. Nooch 2 Era, Nooch 2 Free to Play, Nooch 2 Bad, New Turner and Nooch. I like that too. Nooch 2 Regenesis, Dadiversary, Nooch 2 Nooch 2 Furious, got that again. 2 Nooch, 1 Cup. Star Wars Dad 4 Eras, Nooch 2 Glory Days, Nooch 2 Bananakin. All right. All right. We'll be voting on that in the coming days and weeks. I want to read this. I want to read some of this again. I have to tell you, everything just changed. Okay, this is what I wanted. I'm going to look a little deeper into this. Okay. Over the next 6 months, we're releasing a series of anniversary quest chains that will appear in all players' Journey Quest logs starting at player level 10. So I know they're doing it over the next 6 months. This has to be repeated. You can't... I don't know why you just wouldn't put it on repeat. It runs 6 months, then it runs again for 6 months, then it runs again for the next... Right? Why wouldn't we just repeat it? Maybe they have different plans. I don't know. These quests take a little longer to complete than a typical journey, but will be especially attractive for brand new returning players. It'll be really good for my Nooch 2 Perfect account. Absolutely. Lightspeed tokens to accelerate you. Okay, got it. All right. Lightspeed tokens, upgrade them to 7 stars and Gear 13 Relic 0 with all abilities maximum level, including Zetas but not Omicrons. Quest Chain 1A, starting November 18th. Harrison Dula Lightspeed token. And Sabine. I am very curious to see. Yeah, maybe at end of 6 months, they make them all just permanent so you can run through all the quests whenever you want. I want to know what's in the quests, right? We're not going to know for a couple weeks. I want to know what's in these quests. I will be here on November 18th launching a brand new free-to-play account. You guys are going to vote in my Discord for the name on that account. In the pinned message, there's a link to my Discord, the FAQ room in my Discord. Go join my Discord if you want to vote on the name for that new account. We're just going to go through this stuff. I mean, this is the stuff we have to go through. We have to go through these quests. Quest Chain 1B, Ezra Bridger and Chopper. 1C, Captain Rex, and a Rebel Lightspeed token. So any Rebel. I love this too. Emperor Palpatine, Gear 13. You got to go unlock him, but that's easy. Wow. Wow. Wow, guys. Any Rebel. Well, we'll see if it's any Rebel. I wouldn't think they put Adrad in there. CLS is a journey. Can I do Han Solo? That's kind of a journey too, right? Who would you pick? Who would you pick from any Rebel? Interesting. Let's see who's in it. Kyle Katarn. Oh my God. But listen, listen. If you're looking at Home 1 as your first farm, you gotta go and farm the Raven's Claw. This is so interesting, dude. Chupio is I think Chupio's the choice. I think you're right. I think Chupio's the choice. I think Chupio or Radis are the two choices you would make. Quest Chain 2. A. December 16th. Ahsoka Snips. Jedi Knight Anakin. Such a big deal. This is such a big deal. I can't wait to see what's required for this stuff. You could do Kanan. You're right. You'll have the rest Sphinx and not Kanan. You're right. Kanan makes a lot of sense there. Kanan makes a lot of sense there. Ahsoka, Jedi Knight Anakin. Mace Windu, Shak T. Keller and Beck, Jedi Lightspeed token. And Grandmaster Yoda. A lot of stuff being sold. This further leaves ships just floating out in space. And Jedi. So we talked about Kyle Katarn, maybe. If you've got that hold of the team, though, maybe you're getting Qui-Gon? I don't think these two will be available. Kanan is an easy 7-star and a pretty easy gear. Maybe you farm him alongside and go get Kyle Katarn as your Rebel. I agree with that. I'm probably going to have to wait until this happens to actually publish a 2026 farming guide. I would have already published it by now, normally. I probably got to wait because we need to see what's in this choices for Rebels. We need to know that. Cam would fit here great, but he won't be in there. I mean, Qui-Gon might make a lot of sense there. I've already got Old Ben coming up with CLS. You could do Bass LaShawn or Jolie Bindo. They won't. Yeah, I don't think Cam will be available. Hermit Yoda might be available. Maybe you do Hermit Yoda. Qui-Gon Jinn, Hermit Yoda. January 13th, 8th brother, 9th sister. 5th brother, 7th sister. 2nd sister. Empire Lightspeed token. Let's talk. Let's talk. Tarkin would make a lot of sense here for the raid. Mara Jade would make sense too, since we're talking about putting her with the new Darth Vader. Palpatine, Mara Jade, new Darth Vader. You could get Rolo, but Rolo's... Right! There, Triumvirate's got it. Dash is not a rebel, right? No. Okay. If you do Kyle Katarn and you do Mara Jade, that gets you halfway to Starkiller. I like that idea. I like that idea. Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker. Old Ben and Stormtrooper Han. Admiral Ak. By the way, you get R2 up here since you got all the Empire. Admiral Akbar and a droid. And CLS. I think you're right at this point. Absolutely, unequivocally, 3PO and Chewie is what you do here. I don't think there's any... I think this is the spot for 3PO and Chewie, and I don't think anything else applies here. Because they're just giving you all this stuff for CLS. So you're going to get Chewpio. All right, Boba Fett and Bosk. IG-88 and Dengar. Hello, Executor. Fennec and a Bounty Hunter Lightspeed token. And Chewbacca. Bounty Hunter Lightspeed token. Boba Fett, Bosk, Fennec, IG, and Dengar. I don't think they'll put the Proving Grounds characters in there. I think you're looking at Mando or Grief here, probably. Maybe Cad Bane, if you're doing the finalizer at that point. I love this so much! I love this so much! The Mandalorian, Cara Dune, IG-11, and Queel. I mean, maybe you grab... Maybe with this, you grab Grief, because he's not given to you here. No, there's Grief Karga, sorry. Grief... Hold on a second, hold on. The Mandalorian, Cara Dune, IG-11, Queel. Grief Karga, any Mandalorian. Proving Grounds. I mean, you're looking at... I mean, a Padawan Sabine's available. Or maybe you grab IG-12 or Paz Vizsla on your way to Bo-Katan. That one's a little more up in the air. Yeah, Padawan Sabine is really tempting right there. November 18th. Wow. Maybe you grab Piet with the Empire one. I know we talked about Mara Jade, but maybe you grab Piet with the Empire one because you need him for the Executor and you're getting all those bounty hunters. Or a Sing for Jabba. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to put some work into. I can't imagine they're gonna make these like just They said it's gonna be more difficult and more to it than just a regular quest. So we're gonna see. We're starting that new account. NOOCH2 crash. NOOCH about to crash out. NOOCH2 questing. NOOCH to crash out. NOOCH2 twin dad. NOOCH2GO. NOOCH to entertain. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Nooch 212, Nooch Ruins Claw, Nooch 2 Legacy, Nooch 2 Era, Nooch Off the Chain, Nooch 2 Sexy. Okay. Wow. Tomorrow we'll start putting these together and voting. Wow. This update is off the charts. Off the charts. This update is off the charts. Wow. This is crazy, man. I don't know, guys. So we're definitely starting a new account. If you want to make suggestions for the name of the new account, go to my Discord. There's a room for it. I'll shut it down tomorrow and the voting will begin because we're looking at 2 weeks. We're going to be here on the 18th streaming a brand new account. Well, Delta ties into it. I get the complaining about Delta, but I do understand with what they're going to be giving people here, they had to make relics more, they just had to make them more valuable. They just had to. This is probably the biggest and best update I've ever seen in a game. Overhauling the entire game. I mean, you're going to have new players just rolling in on this, man. Rolling in on this. My free-to-play account that I have right now is a permanent account on the channel. I just want to get in there with a new account and see what it looks like. We may just play it for the 6 months to get through that 6 months. And then start something new. We'll see. That actually makes a lot of sense. If we play that new account for 6 months and we do like some home one testing on the side, that would get us right at May 4th. That means... Yeah. Huh. Near May 4th. Yeah, it'll be a temporary account. I just want to play through some amount of time, and I would like to test Home 1 and its viability as like a first early fleet. I would like to test that with B-Wing. When will B-Wing actually be farmable? Crazy update. Crazy. Guys, I'm going to let you go for the day. I'm going to send you for No, I don't think R7's been the base for new players. For late and end gamers, R7 is really important. But I got to Kyber 1, and I didn't do, most of my roster's not upgraded beyond the requirements for the characters. So I got to Kyber 1 without a bunch of R7s. So I think R7 will be the base. Yeah, I agree 100%. All right, guys, we're gonna send you out to some other folks here. Lost Womp Pride is streaming on YouTube, and we got what's our boy, the Mighty Captain Frost is over on Twitch streaming Galaxy Heroes. I'm gonna send you to those guys. Oh, looks like Mighty Captain Frost on Twitch is playing the Jedi Knight Revan event, or Darth Revan event. So anyway, I will be back tomorrow with Grand Arena, I guess. Tomorrow. No, will Grand Arena be playing tomorrow morning? Is it? It's plays defenses now, right? Yeah, I better set my defense. I haven't done that. All right, guys. I'm going to send this out. I'm going to get you guys to some other streams. Go check out our other content creators. I had a lot of fun today. I'm going to add a bunch of timestamps to the stream here when I get off. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. And always, always remember, NOOCH2GUD. Wow.